I'm Sam McEwen. How's it going, Sam?
It is going awesome today. I understand you have some weather issues coming through your area.
Yeah, I came back from the beach to parts of town have got almost 2 feet of snow. My area has about 8 inches and it's
Wow.
melting already. But I love being able to have that diversity in my
Yep.
in my weather.
I
We
I
we
look
always
back
laugh
at
out here.
when we first came to Florida, made the decision to move down here. We were down here. We'd been down here for I don't know. I think 3 or 4 days was what we ended up spending that first time, and that was somewhere around the second week, beginning of the second week in May of 2017. Beautiful weather down here in Florida. We got home and woke up to about a foot of snow. The next morning, I look at my wife and I says, I think this is God telling us it is time to move. So,
Yep.
but we're here today. We titled this "Come Sail Away." Linda and I have a huge event planned for the fall, September
27th through the 30th.
27th through the 30th. I mess those dates up all the time.
No worries,
And
I've got them. They're imprinted on my brain.
yeah, I'm trying to get that imprint. Dates, I'm horrible with dates. Just really horrible. But the cruise is going to be based around the topics we talk about on the show, living in harmony. We have some fantastic guests lined up,
Yes, we
guest
do.
speakers, guest presenters, and we'll get to that a little bit later here. So you're going to have to listen for a little while as to who we have lined up and what we're going to talk about. But you know, one of the things that we really want to accomplish in this uh, cruise is to come to a realization about what living in harmony really looks like, and then be able to set a path to do the work to live in harmony. Nothing we do that's worthwhile just comes. There's work involved, right? Right, Linda? It's
Always
just one
work.
of those. We have to do the work.
You have to. You can't just sit back and wish. When you hear people talk about manifesting, they're not just sitting back and saying, like,
Right,
this is what I see happening. They picture it, they see it, and then they take the action that brings that forward, and that's all working in harmony.
right, right.
Your vision, your steps, and the feeling tone, all of that works in harmony. That's what manifesting is. That
Yeah,
may not be the official definition, but that's really what that is.
right.
And we want to, on this, during the cruise, on the seminar, um, we're going to be showing you different ways that you can do that. And you'll get to hear from a number of people, you know, some of our keynote speakers that have already put that into practice in their
Hmm.
life and the results
Yeah.
that they've gotten. Now, my results aren't their results, but I'm finally in a place where I feel like for the most part I live in harmony.
Hmm.
It's not a happens all the time kind of thing. I still continue to work to make that happen,
Right.
but I've learned what is required from me to help make that happen.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I think that's a very large part about what gets left out. And many of the things where you hear people talk about balancing acts and how things, living in balance and how to harmonize things, we leave out the continual work that needs to happen to have that
Right.
done. It's not a one and done deal,
Right. Right.
not at all.
Yeah, and that's the problem with a lot of folks. A lot of I don't know what you want to call them, people out there who are supposedly experts in these areas. They think it's a one and done. You come and you go to the seminar and you learn some things and rah rah and stuff like that. But then there's no work to follow up. And if you don't do the work, I've done a lot of coaching in finances, and everybody thinks that I can give them the um, answers, I guess, when it comes to their finances, and I can, but there's work involved there, and if you don't do the work, uh, uh, once you decide to take your finances and put them into control, it's a lifelong journey, lifelong process. You
And
know,
it's not something someone else can do for you,
no, no,
um, unless you're willing to give up complete control. But whether it's your time, your life, or your money,
hmm
it is a constant effort to keep things working harmoniously together.
yeah, yeah,
And it's there's very few things in life that are one and done.
right, right,
Um, it's going to take constant effort on my part for me to do what I want to do to get things in alignment the way I want them to align and to be in harmony the way I want them to be in harmony. I can't just wish upon a star. I
yeah,
have to do more than that.
yeah, yeah,
And I think somewhere along the line that part of the message gets lost. And I know because that's the part of the message everybody has the most problems with. You know, it's the hardest thing to do is to stay consistent with, keeping the dream, keeping the goal, keeping the outcome, the desired outcome, keeping that the focal point.
hmm
All paths need to lead to there.
right,
Now, you may have to change how your path looks to get there. That's where the work comes in. You have to, like they say, the airplane is always adjusting.
right,
Autopilot is always correcting because there's wind, there's all sorts of other things that knock the plane off course. So autopilot isn't a smooth sailing, it's a continual correction to getting back on the path
yeah,
to getting to
yeah,
where you want to go. And that's what our life is. That's what our business is. That's what our time management is. That's everything we do is on a constant path of constant correction.
yeah, yeah. No, I,
Nothing.
I agree there. It's, we talked off camera here a little while ago about mass transit and light rail and stuff like that. But if you stop and think about a trip, um, you are constantly making adjustments. You don't just get in your car in Tampa and drive to Orlando. Well, first off, you have to go down I-4, and we call that the I-4 parking lot, not the interstate. But that being said, it's you don't just get in one lane and go. You don't just not stop, or there's constant adjustments. And that's a short trip. I know that sounds like I'm oversimplifying it, but we have to get that concept that we are constantly changing lanes. We are constantly moving forward towards a goal. If my goal is to get from Tampa to Orlando, then I'm constantly moving towards that Tampa to Orlando. If there's a detour, then I have to take that detour, right?
There's
I have to make
adjustments
a
in
conscious decision to
speed,
take that detour, right?
right? And there's an
And
adjustment. Yeah,
yeah,
all of that.
we have to make the adjustments. And in most of the areas that we talk about, family, faith, our future, and finances, and our fitness, let's face it, we're all getting a little bit older. And so when it comes to fitness, we may be gym rats. I'm not. I will just tell you that I'm not a gym rat. I don't like
Not
lifting.
anymore. I'm not.
but but I prioritize my fitness in a different way, right? And a lot of what I do has to do with diet and mild exercise. I walk, and I do things that I need to do. But one of the questions on our survey is, how do you prioritize physical fitness within your lifestyle? Because, um, we have demands. We have family demands, our faith, our other commitments, our, financial. And so how do we prioritize our physical fitness in there? And for me, it's a morning and an evening thing. I don't get all my walking done in one time slot. The doctor says I probably should, but it doesn't work that way. So I have to prioritize that in order to continue to live in harmony. Um, I made some huge dietary changes in the last several months, and I know that I feel better. I know that I sleep better. My weight has stabilized. I'd like to lose a little more, but most of us would. Um, but we have to keep that living in harmony with everything else. Physical fitness, our fitness has to be a priority, but so does our faith. So does our family. So um, that's where the balancing act title actually came from. But because it looks like you're balancing, but you're not. You're living in harmony. I know that um, there are times when we do these our recordings and do our programs and stuff like that, that my wife would prefer that I was doing something with her. That's her preference. On the other hand, the timeline works to where it's best for Linda and I to get together at a certain time during the week, and we decided that if we would do that consistently, that we would grow towards our goals. And so um, there's a harmony that has to come in that.
Mhm.
And so my wife says, okay, so this is what I'll do while you're doing that. And then when we're done, we can do this and boom, 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 and make all those pieces fit together to where there's no stress.
Right.
Um, there's no, oh, well, you're still working. Well, yeah, but we know that. And so I don't know, folks, it's just one of these pieces can fit together in harmony. They can
Especially if you're
sound
willing to be
if you're
flexible
willing
with
to do the
them.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, and doing it.
And if you're not willing to do the work, then I would tell you the cruise will be fantastic anyway. And we'll have a good time, and you'll meet some fantastic people and great speakers and some really, really good events. Um, but if you're not going to put the work in, I don't want to tell you don't sign up, but I'm telling you, if you don't put the work in, then it's just another event.
Right.
And we
Right.
don't want that for you. We don't want that.
No,
We don't
no,
want this to just be another event. Um,
so do you wanna share with them who we've got on board to work with
well,
us?
yeah, we should. I think we should start with some of the warm ups, right? We do have a couple of warm up folks for you. We have the mighty Karen Fasula, who will be doing some breath work with us.
Yep. I'm so
Um,
excited for that. What a great way to start and or end your day with some nice, calm, deep breathing. Allows you to focus, allows you to relax better afterwards. And her breath work is so important. Um, I think a lot of times we forget about how our breathing affects
yeah,
not just, it affects our brain, it affects all of our body functions. And I know that even without thinking, if I find myself in a lot of stress, I automatically go into breathing routine. When I have any pain, do that first because I need to get the body relaxed so the rest
mhm.
can follow. So, looking forward to having Karen lead us through breathing exercises. That's awesome.
And if you want to meet Karen and understand what part of what it is, she has a show here on Empower Living,
Mhm.
and so we would encourage you to check that out prior to the cruise. Um, and I'm looking forward to it. I've seen some of her shows. Um, I'll be the first one to admit that I probably need to pay more attention to what she does. if I am truly going to live in harmony the way I need to. So you want to announce one of our other ones?
Um, Also from the Empowered Living Group, we have the lovely Michelle Caprio, and she's going to be teaching us some Tai Chi. So she'll be working with us now. Tai Chi is definitely a balance,
Yes.
but but it's to help your body stay in harmony. And I'm excited. I've not taken a class with Michelle, so I'm really excited to work with her and see how she teaches and how she's what she's working on. That'll be that'll be another wonderful asset, another way to kind of relax and kind of clear our minds. And we're not sure who's doing mornings, who's doing evenings, or if we're kind of going to kind of rotate them. The two work very well together. Um, Super excited for that. Michelle's a wonderful person. She is a dear friend for both of us, and I'm just excited to be able to include her and Karen together. I think that's a power couple right there. One, two
Right,
punch.
right.
And
Yeah.
who else have we got joining us on board?
So we have a gentleman here from the Tampa area who has, I call him my internet social media AI guru. His name is Richard Osterud. His company is Epic 180, if you want to check it out online. Um, the, Richard has known Facebook, for example, since before most people knew about Facebook.
Right.
He speaks internationally, and he travels. Let's say he's just got tonight. He's back from Spain, and he has spoken at these social media conventions and things like that all over the world. He's funny. He is definitely a high I, so he will keep us entertained. But one of the topics I've asked him to speak on is AI. And with what we do, with a lot of the coaching, with a lot of the teaching and training and things like that, it's interpersonal relationships. But AI can be used for so much more, and how to use it ethically. And one thing I know about Richard is he has the highest ethical and moral standards. And I know that his teaching and training it'll be amazing. It'll be amazing. It'll
I
open
can't
your
wait.
eyes.
I can't wait.
So you want to let us know who our keynote speakers are?
Our keynote speakers are Paul and Holly Martinelli. We're very excited. They're actually going to bookend our series for us. They're going to be our opening keynote and they're going to be our closing keynote. So you'll get them at the beginning and the end of the seminar. And we're very excited because they're going to share a little bit differently than they usually share with the community. They're going to share how they keep the harmony going in their very, very busy lives.
Yes, yes.
And, their family is international. Um, their kids are so well-rounded, so delightful.
Right, right.
And just, so if and then, I've seen Paul and Holly on doing other topics before. I think this will be a refreshing difference. It's going to be
Yes.
more a conversation. We just kind of want to hear their thoughts and their tips and tricks.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
very excited to have them on board.
Yeah, I think people are going to be amazed at what they bring, especially when you look at their whole dynamics of family and faith and the freedom flow of time and money, all of those areas that Paul teaches on a lot, but
Mhm.
how they're able to bring that into harmony as a family, and like you said, an international family, and and business owners that work together every day. And I know a lot of couples that work together every day, but they're not always happy. It
Harmony is hard to come by
is.
when you are around your spouse all day, every day. And what I love about the two of them is they're actual living examples of
Yes.
the curriculum that we are taught by them.
Yes.
Um, and that's real big for me.
Yes.
Anybody can talk about and teach, but to be that living example for everyone
Yes.
else to see, that's real important to me. And I love that they're going to be able to bring that example to everyone on the cruise
Yeah.
or on the
Yeah.
the
I'm
seminar.
excited about that. So we're just about out of time. So we'll recap. We're going to have Karen Fasula, Michelle Caprio, Richard Osterrud, Paul and Holly Martinelli, both of them.
Yeah,
And
both of
then
them.
Linda and I will have a couple of different seminars in there, and we'll have a blast. We're looking for this to be a fun event, but also to be an event that you can take away. And if you will do the work, you can move your company, your personal life, your dreams and goals, and your visions to that next level. And we pray that you would join us. And Linda,
Yeah,
do you
because
have any
what better
closing
place
thoughts
to
for
do it
folks?
than on a beautiful cruise ship,
Oh yeah,
right?
it's going to be on Celebrities
Reflection, I
Reflection.
believe.
Yes, yes, and that was just refurbished in 2023, I think 2022 or 23. So
Right.
supposed to be a pretty nice boat, and we will provide you with the information for the cruise and how to sign up for the seminar. It is a package deal.
It is a
Um,
package deal,
to get the
and
cruise
we
pricing,
are
you have to take part in the seminar. So
and our next call with all that information on how to do that is on the 28th at 9 p.m. Eastern time. We will include the call-in information for that. So have a great one, everybody. We're looking forward to joining you on at sea and helping you find that harmony.
yes, this has been Linda Wilson, Sam McEwen. You folks have a great evening. We'll see you next time.
All righty. See you soon.